Verse 23. Sufficient is it for thee and thy people to buy burying places for the dead, which shall not be disturbed, but of all other lands neither buy nor sell. Verse 24. And after thy people have improved the place, and the king cometh against thee, saying, either by purchase or by battle I will have this land, thou shalt say, nah, neither by purchase nor by battle shalt thou inherit that which is Jehovah's. But if thou desires the land, then will I give it thee without money and without battle. Verse 25. And it shall come to pass upon my chosen that they shall be driven from place to place, whither I will lead them, and they shall make the waste lands to bloom like gardens, and the deserts to yield ample harvest. For they shall dig wells, and till the soil, and prove unto the nations of the earth the glory of thy works. Verse 26. And they shall be cut down and driven away and scattered, but I will come and gather them together. Their places shall be inherited by idolaters and worshippers of strange gods, who will build mighty temples. But my people shall not build in stone, nor wood, nor iron, that shall endure. For they shall go from place to place proclaiming me and my works. But where they have been, there shall be nothing on the earth to show their labors. Verse 27. But when I have taken them across all the earth, and they are scattered as the dust before the wind, and no man can say, here is a nation of the children of Abraham. Lo, I will raise up my voice for them, even I, the God of heaven and earth. And in that day the adulterers and worshippers of strange gods will be on the wane. Their temples of stone and mortar will still be standing. Verse 28. But a voice shall go up from the whole earth, even from the far off nations of the earth, saying, what of them who laid the foundation of the temple of one God, even Jehovah? Who were the sons and daughters of Abraham? Oh, that my eyes could have beheld the faithfulness of that. A lot of archaeologists and researchers try to disprove that the Israelites existed, that the Hebrew Israelites, they didn't exist, there's no trace. And here it shows the Israelites' tradition was orally carried down. And it was luckily that the enemies of the Hebrews, when taken into captivity, carved in stone the description of the Hebrews. And that's how we have an image of how the Hebrews look, because the Babylonians and the Egyptians carved them in stone. But the Israelites were never commanded to make graven images. Now here's concerning Isaac. God's first book, chapter 13, verse 1 through 17, it states, verse 1, when Abraham's wife was getting old, her ears were open to hear the voice of God. And God said unto her, verse 2, concerning thy son Isaac, hear thou thy God, even the God of Abraham. My labors are not for a day, nor without judgment. Verse 3, behold, in the land of Eseth, the place of thy husband in his youth, have I built for many generations concerning the seed of my people, for which reason thy son Isaac shall take a wife that shall inherit my voice. Verse 4, before the time of thy husband's father's father, I send my angels from heaven, saying, go thou, and raise me up and hear to hear my voice, for I will dwell for a season with the children of men. Verse 5, and my angels fulfilled his part, and I have come and talked with thee and with thy husband face to face. Even in like manner can I talk to thy son Isaac, and he can hear me also. And Isaac shall raise up heirs to my voice through his wife, to whom he is not known in this day. Verse 6, Sarah told Abraham what God had said to her. And so Abraham and Sarah went to the altar which Abraham had built, and they prayed alone. And God came and spoke, saying, what would ye? Verse 7, and Abraham said concerning our son Isaac's wife, and God said, because of the blessings of Sarah thy wife, who hath been upright all her days, I will give her comfort in her old age. Verse 8, send thy servant to the land of thy fathers, and I will send my angel with thy servant, and he shall come to a maiden who shall be Isaac's wife. So Abraham called his servant, who was overseer of his goods, and he said to him, equip thyself with camels and asses, and with servants, and with jewels I will give thee, and go thou to Syria, the land of my fathers, and bring a damsel hither, who shall be Isaac's wife. Verse 9, the overseer said unto Abraham, Alice, me, how shall thy servant choose a wife for thy son? Or, if choosing, how shall he induce her to come so far? Abraham said, that which God hath commanded of me, I have told thee. Except that God saith, my angel shall go with thy servant, and he shall not err. Verse 10. So the servant of Abraham in fear and trembling equipped himself with 10 camels and with 20 asses and with 30 servants, taking presents and goods, and departed, and the journey occupied 22 days. And all the while the overseer reasoned upon what should he say, for he had misgivings that he was on a fool's errand. Verse 11. Nevertheless, he prayed to God that he might do his own part wisely. So when he came near Abraham's father's people, the angel of God spoke in his heart, saying, She that cometh with a pitcher on her head shall be Isaac's wife. Say thou to her, Wilt thou give me drink? And she will say, I will give thee drink, and also draw water for thy servants and for thy camels. And the overseer looked, but saw no damsel, and he marveled. But presently he saw many damsels, one of whom had a pitcher on her head, and his heart failed him till she came near, and he said, Give me a drink. And she gave him a drink, and said unto him, Thou art a stranger, pray thee, I will water thy camels and give drinks unto thy servants. Verse 13. And she so gave as she said. And when she had finished, the overseer said unto her, Who art thou? And she answered him. And he perceived she was Isaac's niece by Abraham's father's second wife, but of no blood kin. And then she asked of the overseer who he was and whence he came. And he told her, even from Abraham, whose servant he was. So she invited him to her people's house, and she ran ahead with joy to tell who had come so far, bringing word from Abraham. Verse 14. Now when the camels and asses had been fed, and straw spread for the travelers to lie upon, and when the repast was spread for them to eat, the overseer rose up, perceiving the way of God, and he said, Till I have spoken, eat not, but hear ye the words of God. So he related the object of his visit as commanded by God, and in reference to the angel of God, and the words that came to him. Verse 15. And when he had finished, the power of God came upon the damsel, whose name was Rebekah. And she rose up and spoke, saying, Isaac shall be my husband, and I shall be his wife, for I know this matter is of God. Verse 16. So it came to pass after some days, Rebekah departed from her people, and by her faith in God came to Abraham's home. And Isaac took her to wife. And Sarah rejoiced before God because of the light of his kingdom through Abraham's hairs. Verse 17. And God said unto Abraham, Divide thou thy people into families of tens, and families of hundreds, and families of thousands, and give to each family one rabbi, yet to all of them together one chief rabbi. And make thou thy will, and appoint thy son Isaac and his heirs by his wife Rebekah to be thy successors, that my voice may remain with my chosen. Verse 18. And Abraham made his will, and did in all things as commanded. And he further made the rabbi officers in the rites of Emeta Chavat, which means order of faithers, and communicated to them the sacred name of the Creator, Eoah, and the planes of the upper and lower heavens, and the dominion of God and the dominion of Satan, which were kept secret with the rabbi. And with that, I'd like to say peace and blessings, and catch you on the next documentary called The Wars Against Jehovah. Shalom.